Welcome back, friends. So in this video we are going to discuss about transporting human beings. So in this case, transport means what? Which it will be transferred. Which will be transferred means, so transporter in this case it means the blood which is carrying the oxygen molecule, okay, oxygen to all parts of the body. It's not only oxygen, it carries all the nutrients from the digestive system to all parts of the body. So here the transportation in humans, it is called as what? Circulatory system. What is circulation? So the blood will be circulated throughout the body so that the oxygen will be supplied to all parts of the body, all parts of the tissues, and each and every cell the oxygen will be supplied, where the metabolism will be taking place, that is respiration will be taking place with the help of oxygen, that is aerobic respiration. As a result, will be getting what? The energy as well as carbon dioxide will be released. The carbon dioxide should be eliminated from our body, so that will be carried by the blood, and that also will be eliminated from our body. So this is the process taking place in the circulatory system. So which is the main organ in the circulatory system? So if you see here, heart, it is called as pump here. So what do you mean pump? You can imagine the pump like you can say motor, which is used to take the water from the well, and it is pulling up all the water from the well, and it is used to irrigation purpose. Irrigation means in this case you can irrigate the field, that paddy or sugar cane or whatever field is there, the vegetation, it will be supplied with the water with the help of the motor. So the motor, what it will do, it will take the water and will supply to all parts of the land, vegetation land. Okay, similarly here also the heart, what it does means simply it will be pumping the blood, though that helps like some motor to supply the blood to all parts of the body. So that is the major function of the heart, that is pumping, pumps the blood through all parts of the body. So if you see here, this is the main organ in the circulatory system. So in the case of humans, how the heart will be? It is a muscular organ, it is made up of muscles. So you have 4-chambered heart actually. So in case of some other organisms you have 2-chambered, 3-chambered heart also are there, whereas in case of humans we have 4-chambered heart. In case of fish they have only 2-chambered, whereas in case of amphibians they have 3-chambered, whereas in case of humans we have 4-chambered. Why we need 4 chambers? Because in those organisms the oxygenated deoxygenated blood will be mixed up, whereas in humans the blood will not be mixed up. The oxygenated blood will be separated from the deoxygenated blood. Why it is so means, in case of humans, animals, we need more energy, so we need more oxygen. That is why these two blood should not be mixed up. When it needs more oxygen, so the oxygen should be purely carried by the blood and supplied to the cells. That is why it is divided into 4 chambers. So what are the 4 chambers? You can see here, this is the chamber number 1 and chamber number 2, 3 and 4. Totally 4 chambers are present in. What is chamber? Chamber is small room. Okay, imagine like that. So small cavity or room, that is called a chamber here. So 4 chambers are there. Imagine, so actually where your heart is located, usually in films you can see they'll be showing like it is present in left side. Is it so? No, it is not present in left side, it is exactly present in the center, but the thing is that it is slightly tilted towards the left side. That's it. You can see here it is slightly tilted towards the left side. So that is the reason here it is slightly tilted. So how much size, how much bigger the heart will be? You can see the finch, you can see here this is the size. So from small kid to the adult, if you fold your fingers like this, so this is called as finch. Okay, so this size, so for each organism, for each human being, if you fold your hand like this, so this is the size of your heart. So your heart will be like this, slightly tilted towards the left side. So this is the heart. So what are the 4 chambers? Towards the left side, so this is left side and this is right side of the heart. What is here means left side and right side of the heart. So left side of the heart consists of 2 chambers, and one is upper and another is bottom. So upper is called as atrium. So this is called as atrium. So it is present in left side. It is called as what? Left atrium. Whereas here ventricle. So ventricle will be present here. So this is called as left ventricle. It is present left side, it is called as left ventricle, it is called as left atrium. Coming to this side, similarly it is present right side. So it is called as right atrium and this is called as right ventricle. So totally 4 chambers are there. So in case of left side, only oxygenated blood will be carried, whereas in the case of right side, only deoxygenated blood will be carried. These two will not be mixed up. So you have to remember that thing. So next, coming to the circulation, how the blood will enter into the heart. You can see here the aroma I have given here. So through the first chamber, this is the left atrium. So this will be like, imagine like this. This will be in relaxed position like this, and ventricle also will be in relaxed position like this. It will not be contracted, relaxed position. So in relaxed position, what happens? Blood will be flowing inwards to the atrium. From where the blood will come? The blood will come from the lungs alveolar region. So from the alveolar region, what happens? The blood will be coming, taking up the oxygen from the lungs. So oxygenated blood will be reaching the heart and it enters into the atrium, where left atrium. Through which pathway? So that pathway, the tube is called as, actually in this case it comes from lungs. So you have to mention as pulmonary. So we denotes here pulmonary vein. Actually this is called as what? Pulmonary vein. Through the pulmonary vein, what happens? The blood will be entering. So this is the pulmonary vein. So it enters the left atrium. Now it is in relaxed state. Now after entering the left atrium, the blood will be entering into the left ventricle. So the blood will be easily flowing because in relaxed state. Now what happens? This atrium contracts. So contraction of the atrium will be taking place. The technical name is called as systole. So systole, diastole, two are there. So systole means contraction, diastole means relaxation. So here systole will be taking place, a contraction. When it gives pressure, what will happen? The blood from the atrium will be completely, it will be drained into the ventricle. Now what happens? The blood quantity of the blood in the ventricle will increase. Now next what happens? Now the ventricle will contract. Now when it is contracted, the ventricle will be relaxed state. Now the ventricle will contract. Again what happens? The blood will be flowing from the ventricle through this pathway. I have given the arrow mark, right? Through this pathway. So this is called as aorta. So aorta is the tube, okay, like vessel, blood vessel, which carries the blood to all parts of the body. Now through aorta, the blood, oxygenated blood will be pumped. So by giving the pressure, by contracting, the blood will be forcefully going out through the aorta. So when it is coming through the pulmonary vein, going out through the aorta. So this is what happens here. Okay, next where it goes through aorta, it reaches all the body parts. Each and every cells will be receiving the blood from the heart, that is oxygenated blood. So imagine body parts. So body parts means what? Tissues made up of cells. So each and every cell requires oxygen. So the blood will be reaching the body here. So this blood is called as oxygenated blood. So it will drop the blood here. So the oxygen will be entering into the body cells, and the blood again takes what? CO2 from, okay, like imagine like a vehicle, the vehicle which carries oxygen, and the oxygen will be getting down in some place and carbon dioxide will be getting inside the vehicle and travels. Similarly like that, you can imagine the blood will be going to the body cells, it supplies oxygen there, and it will be taking up the carbon dioxide which is produced as a result of respiration, and that carbon dioxide rich blood, that is called as deoxygenated blood. So this blood will be again transported to the heart. Through which way? You can see here. Now it comes the third chamber. I have given arrow mark here, right? So here on arrow mark, here on arrow mark. This is called as Vena Cava. So two vena cavas will be there. The upper part of the body, from here the blood will be received from the superior vena cava, whereas from the bottom of the body it will be received from the inferior vena cava. So this blood will be entering into the, which one? Here it is left atrium, here it is right atrium. Now it is in relaxed state, ventricle also in relaxed state. Now what happens? After coming the blood, here the atrium will again contract. When it contracts, all the blood will be flowing into the ventricle. Again ventricle will be giving pressure, it will be contracting. So all the blood will be going out of the heart through this way. So this way is called as what? It goes where? Means goes to the lungs. So lungs in this case you have to say as pulmonary. So it is called as pulmonary. It is going right. This is called as pulmonary artery. So through pulmonary artery it reaches the lungs. So after going to the lungs, what happens? The carbon dioxide will be exchanged with the oxygen. The carbon dioxide will be taken up by the alveoli, and alveoli releases the oxygen. That oxygen will be taken up by the blood, and that blood again it travels to the atrium. and again here ventricle, again it will be circulating going to the body parts, again it reaches third chamber, fourth chamber, again lungs. So this process will be going on like this. So this is the overall circulatory system taking place in human beings. So totally 4 chambers are there. So in this case, another important thing you have to keep in mind is valves. So there are valves which provides the backward flow of the blood. You can see here. So here valve is there, right? So this valve is called as bicuspid valve. So bicuspid valve. In this case, what happens? When the ventricle contracts, there is a chance that blood can re-enter this way, backward flow. There is a chance. To avoid that, what happens? When it contracts and gives pressure, this will be like this, right? So this will be closing like that. So the backward flow will be prevented. So it is called as bicuspid valve. Similarly, here also you will be seeing one valve. This is called as tricuspid valve. So bicuspid, tricuspid valve is there. Here also it will be automatically closing to prevent the backward flow. Similarly, you can see here one is there, here one is there. So these valves are called as aortic. One is here, it is there, right? It is going to aorta. So it is called as aortic valve. Whereas it is going through the pulmonary artery. So it is called as pulmonic valve. So this prevents the backward flow. What happens? Again in this direction, the back flow of the blood, there is a chances. So it will be like this, and again it closes like this. So open and close, open and close. Like we will be having gate valves in the taps, right? Similar to that, we will be having valves which will prevent the backward flow. So that is the function of the valves in the heart. So these are only 4 chambers which helps in the circulation of the blood in the body. So again, the important thing regarding the circulation you have to remember is, next thing, suppose there you have what is aorta. Through aorta only will be, imagine this is aorta, then arteries. So imagine this as a body tissue. We can see here many vessels, blood vessels, minute blood vessels will be divided from the main artery, and this will be going and binding to each and every cell like this. So through these capillaries, this is called as blood capillaries. Through these capillaries only, exchange of the blood, the oxygen will be taking place within the cells. So you have to remember, like aorta, then arteries. Through arteries, the oxygenated blood will be transferred, and through capillaries only exchange will be taking place. Again, what happens? Again, some group of capillaries will be there. The capillaries will be taking up the deoxygenated blood from the cell, that is carbon dioxide from the cell, and these capillaries join together to form veins. Through veins only deoxygenated blood will be carried, and it comes to the vena cava and reaches the heart. So this is how the overall process takes place in the circulatory system. And another important thing you have to keep in mind is here, the walls of the arteries will be thicker compared to the veins. Why it is so means, the pressure of the blood will be more in the case of arteries, because it will be pumped from the heart with high pressure. So the walls of the aorta and the arteries, which carries the blood, oxygenated blood, it should be very thick in nature. It will be very thick to avoid the breakage, the bursting of this arteries. Okay, it will be very thick. Whereas from the body tissues, the blood will be going, that will be with less pressure. So the veins will be very thin walls, having thin walls. And also in the case of 4 chambers also, this arterium will be having thin walls, whereas this ventricle will be having thick wall, because ventricle only gives high pressure and pumps out the blood. So ventricles will be having thicker walls, whereas arterium will be having what? Thin walls. So you have to keep in mind this also. And then again, another one thing is platelets. Regarding platelets, in cases of some accident or wound, what will happen? There is a chance that the veins or arteries may be cut. So during that case, the blood will be coming out continuously, means that leads to the death of the organism of human beings. So how we can prevent that leakage of the blood from the body? With the help of platelets. So the platelets will be used for the coagulation, that is the clotting of the blood. So like imagine if your pipe line is there is a break in the pipeline, what will happen? The water will come out. Though we will be using some glues or fevicol, we will be sealing that nicks, small gaps in the pipes to avoid the leakage of the water. Similarly here also, these platelets, what they will do, wherever there is a cut, the blood is coming out in that place. As these platelets will go and act, the blood will be clotted at that position, so it will be sealed so that the blood cannot come out. So platelets play important role in the clotting of blood. And another one important thing is lymph. What about lymph? Apart from the blood, when it reaches the body cells, okay, the blood capillaries I said. So in the capillaries you'll be having small pores will be there. Through that pores, the white blood cells, some plasma as well as some proteins will come out of the capillaries and reaches the intercellular spaces. For example, imagine some tissue is there. So this is a group of cells. You can see here some intercellular spaces are there. In these intercellular spaces, this lymph will be flowing. So what is the purpose of the lymph? It will be absorbing the fat. Okay, it plays major role in the absorption of the digested fat, as well as excess content of the fluid, which is tissue fluid, will be there, right? So all the fluid content will be drained and it will be transported to the lymphatic vessels. Through lymphatic vessels, again the lymph tissue, the tissue fluid will be transported again into the veins. So whereas in the case of arteries, what will happen? Arteries and veins, directly it leads with the the communication with the cells, whereas the lymph will be outside the cell. If you imagine this is one cell, this is one cell, and gap is there, right? So in between the gaps there will be some fluid will be there. So that fluid is called as lymph tissue fluid. So some minerals and nutrients also will be present there. So all that will be drained. So that will be drained back into the veins. So digested fat also will be drained by this lymph and will be transported into the veins. So again, another one important function of the lymph is that it plays major role in the immune system also. So I will be explaining very detailing in the upcoming sessions. So this is all about the circulatory system in human beings. Thank you friends. Thank you for watching this video.